Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. Another weekend of action, and yes, a few more days have passed than I would have liked, but we are doing this video now, on a Thursday, possibly Friday, one day before we start again. But there was a lot of action to get through with Formula 2 and 3 from Spa, British touring cars from Thruxton, European Le Mans from Spain, and DTM from the Nürburgring, and Super GT from Japan, as it always is. So let's not delay any longer. How does Tatiana Calderon keep getting work? Is she really the best driver you could have gotten for a Formula 2 race? I mean, she's no worse than Amaury Cordial or Roy Nissany. I just can't remember the last time I thought, wow, Tatiana was impressive. Race 1 was all about Felipe Drugovich and how he's almost definitely going to be champion. He was chilling behind title rival Paul Chair in 6th when Logan Sargent crashed out of the race. Logan's own title hopes have really fizzled out of late, but Drugovich took the opportunity along with half the field to jump onto fresh tyres. He then overtook the majority of the cars in front of him to get a decent 4th place finish, made more impressive by the fact other cars who did the same as him didn't make any progress. Liam Lawson won and we moved on to the feature race. Teo Pourchaire had his title hopes well and truly dented in this one. Felipe Drugovich was leading early on as Theo suddenly slowed and retired. Drugovich ended the race second behind a very impressive Jack Doohan and now has a 40-point lead in the championship. Doohan and Lawson are closing on Sargent in third with only 6 races left. Calderon was 18th and 19th if you are interested. Formula 3 is a lot closer than Formula 2. It looked like Victor Martins and Isaac Hadjar had pulled away from the pack, but it's a lot closer now, after a bad Spa weekend for the pair. It sounds like I'm commenting on their relationship status. A big crash between Zane Maloney and Oliver Gopher brought out the red flags. It was a big one, I'm glad they're alright, but it left the door open for Oliver Behrman to take his first win. Race 2 was less interesting bar an accident on the first lap, but took out several cars, including Victor Martins. Zane Maloney took his first win, and the championship has been blown wide open. Isaac Hadjar leads with 106 points, but Behrman is now second with 105, and Victor Martins has 104. Arthur Leclerc is only a few points back, and Roman Stanek isn't too far away. Only 4 races left, and any of those drivers could be champion. British touring cars, and it was a pretty uneventful weekend from Thruxton. Everyone was expecting Josh Cook to win, but he got spun round by Ash Sutton on lap 1 and fell back. Dan Camish won the first race, his first win since Brands Hatch 2020. Ash Sutton won race 2 and closed the championship gap with Josh Cook winning race 3. His 5th win of 2022, 3 of which have come at Thruxton. But his championship hopes look to be over. He's a bit too far behind. Turkington still leads, but Ash Sutton has closed the gap and Tom Ingram and Jake Hill are not too far behind. Honestly though, it was a pretty dull weekend by BTCC standards. European Le Mans from Barcelona and Giacomo Petrobelli managed to fulfill the fantasies of thirsty housewives everywhere and poked Michael Fassbender in the rear. Fassbender was running second in class at the time, so I imagine he was less amused. There was a couple of crashes and spins here and there, but it was an entertaining 4 hours of racing. Prema won the race and are dominating the championship. Louis Delatraz is going to win this series 2 years in a row. DTM from the Nürburgring, and a weekend that started on a bad note. It was very foggy and a bit rainy. It honestly looked like the race was taking place in Silent Hill. They managed to get going after a delay and the racing was very good. Race 1 saw Rene Rast hit by just about everyone. No respect for the 3-time champion. Mirko Bortolotti was chasing down Felipe Fraga, but in the heat of the moment made contact and they both spun, leaving Sheldon van der Linde to win the race ahead of his brother Kelvin in second. Sheldon now leads the championship. Race 2 saw Rene Rast taken out by David Schumacher, making it clear why he's not joining his cousin in Formula 1. Bortolotti hit someone else and got a puncture. This weekend really damaged his title hopes, and the race was won by Mercedes driver Lucas Stoltz, taking his first win. Sheldon van der Linde has a decent lead in the series, with Bortolotti, Lucas Auer and Rene Rast chasing him down, only a few rounds left. Finally, Super GT from Suzuka was not the most interesting race in the world, and it was won by Bertrand Baguette and Kazuki Hiramine, who now lead the championship. Honestly, given the random nature of this championship, anyone can win it. This was Baguette's 5th win in the series, despite never being champion. It might be nice for him to win it for a change. So that was all the action from the past weekend. What was your race of the weekend? Honestly, I'd probably go with the second DTM race. This was not the best weekend of racing ever. This weekend's looks a lot better. We've got Formula 1, 2 and 3 from Zandvoort in the Netherlands, NASCAR and the penultimate round of IndyCar, World Rallycross if you really care, as well as Stock Car Brazil and Euro Formula. I'll be back with more motorsport action. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a good one.